Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Have a seat. So shall we
Thank you,
call
sir.
you Ajinkya?
Ajinkya, yes, sir.
Ajinkya. Okay. So Ajinkya, you are from Sangli,
Yes,
BA Mechanical Engineering, MTech Mechanical
yes,
Engineering,
sir.
and you are fond of elocution,
Yes.
Scouts and guides you have done,
Yes.
badminton and blogging on Quora,
Yes.
and sociology is your option, and your preference is IAS, IPS, and IFS.
Yes.
So tell me, whenever we talk about mechanical energy, we talk about law of thermodynamics. Which laws of thermodynamics are applicable in the case of mechanical engineering? Or tell me, for how many laws are there, laws of thermodynamics?
There are 4 laws of thermodynamics.
Okay.
First is zeroth law, first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics, and third law of thermodynamics. According to first zeroth law of thermodynamics, when two bodies are in equilibrium, which if suppose one body is in equilibrium with other body, and that second body is equilibrium with third body, then first and third body are in equilibrium with each other. And
Yeah. Okay, fine. Tell me now. We can see a trend now that film stars are joining politics. What is your view on that?
in my opinion, sir, there is a right for every person to join a political party, but the personality of a film star should be judged based on his work after coming in politics. Whether he is working for the people, whether he is utilizing his rights in well manner, or just he's using his celebrity status to increase the
Can
vote
you name
percentage.
some film star who have done excellent work in public service as politician? Think about it.
Can I give some name from South India?
Yeah.
N.T. Ramarao done excellent work in
Okay.
Andhra Pradesh
Okay.
by giving public services to the people from downtrodden or poverty. Then Hema Malini is right now doing work through the Rajya Sabha, and Jaya Bachchan is also.
Can you name some female parliamentarians, either alive or not alive, who were excellent speakers?
First one is Sushma Swaraj ma'am,
Okay.
then Smriti Irani ma'am, and Supriya Sule ma'am.
All right. Now, we talk about the ease of doing business. What are the hurdles and obstacles in the ease of doing business? 1, 2, 3. Three.
The major issue that is creating obstacle is the issue of permission given to the private sector or the any entity which is about to start their business in India. Then issue of electricity is also raised. Electricity in terms of getting electricity connection.
Now, can you tell me some general issues? These are specific issues, yes, but generally, what are the things which give rise to obstacles in getting the ease of getting doing business?
If I give example from Maharashtra, there is a politicization of issue. As we can see a Nanar power chemical factory where different political entities are behind the people's protest to stop the business over there. Then in general, logistic is not up to the mark in India, as the logistic cost associated with the business is rising. So these are the few factors which are creating obstacles for ease of doing business in India.
Would you not say, for example, red tapeism?
Yes, sir.
Bureaucracy?
Yes, sir.
Taxes?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Multiple taxation? These are the general things, which are.
Thank you, sir.
See, we often hear about district administration.
Yes.
So, what is the district administration, and where you will fit into it after qualifying this examination?
District administration involves the whole structure of administration that is starting from the ground level, from the village level itself. There is a talati who is a kind of a revenue kind of collector of village, that particular village. Then there is a Prant, which is a HDO in the taluka level. Then there is a collector at the district level. If I join the Indian Administrative Service, I will be a part of a district administration at the collector level.
So this is district administration.
Sorry, sir. In my limited knowledge, I know this.
This is not sufficient even to enumerate the collector's functions.
Okay.
And you have missed Mamlatdar.
Yes, sir.
What are the functions of a Mamlatdar?
Sorry, sir. I have to read on.
Have you ever seen actually a village administration?
Yes, sir.
Which are the functionaries, government functionaries in a village?
Gram Sevak is there, Talati is there, and other elected members of the Gram Panchayat.
That's all.
Then Tahsildar.
Village.
No, not village. This one.
Just
Sorry, sir.
Or-
I have to.
take few seconds. It is not difficult question.
First is Talati, then Gram Sevak, then elected members of the village.
I'm asking government functionaries in a village. How many of them are there?
Sorry, sir. I have to.
Anyway, now suppose I give you a situation. You have been selected in the administration. Now you have an urgent meeting where you have to reach on time, and
Sorry.
there is a traffic jam.
Okay.
And your driver says that, sir, you will not be able to reach in time to attend the meeting. But if you allow me to bypass actually traffic rules,
Okay.
then probably I can take you, before the time. So what you will do? Whether you will ask the driver to bypass the rules and reach in time, or whether you would like to stick to the traffic rules and be late for the meeting.
I will stick to the traffic rules. I will in any case I will not disobey the rules, and I will convey that I am coming late to the meeting person.
It's very important meeting, the chief minister's meeting.
In that case, I will call the respective person, and I will tell him that due to traffic issue I may be late, and pardon me. If it's that really important, then
No, but chief minister's meeting
Yes.
has to be important.
then I can use the technological media through video calling. I can join.
Video calling. With chief minister, you will be video calling from your car.
But there is a issue of traffic jam, so I will not disobey the rules.
Any other option which comes to your mind? What you would like to do in this situation?
Before coming to meeting, I will left my place in time. So that,
No. That option is not available.
Just we
Anything
use the-
comes to
Not
your
very
mind.
difficult. Just
Huh?
think.
What can be done?
technology can be used for
How?
that purpose.
You are district collector. It's a video conference with the chief minister. So you have to attend it. You have to be there in the office.
Then I will take a shortest possible route to reach over there.
That you have tried. Their option is very clear.
Mhm.
And driver says, if you allow me to bypass rules, I will take you before time.
Then I will call concerned traffic authority to.
You will call concerned traffic authority. By that time, do you think it will be half an hour?
Yes.
Anything comes to your mind, anything strikes, what you can do.
Sorry, sir.
So, okay, my last question. The elections to local bodies and election to legislative assembly, is there same process, same procedure, or there is a difference? Election to legislative assembly that is Vidhan Sabha, and election to the local bodies.
As there is a certain procedural difference, as election in the local bodies is governed by the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1993, where there is a reservation for the women as well as people from the SC/ST communities. In legislative assemblies, there is no reservation for the women candidates, and electoral roll, which is different from the legislative assembly and the election to the local bodies.
Different. In what respect the electoral rolls are different?
In terms of names for local bodies, the constituencies for the legislative bodies are bigger than the local body election. In that term, the ward or the particular region is allocated for the particular seat. So, in terms of number of candidates,
No, I'm not telling about the seats and allocation. Definitely, I mean, you see, when the local body election is concerned, the seat arrangements and that will be different. I'm talking about process actually, process of the casting the vote and the entire actually see the role and the appointment of presiding officer, polling officer.
in legislative assembly, the Election Commission of India assigns district collector as a role of sorry sir, I'm unable to recall.
Okay.
Ajinkya.
Yes.
What's the meaning of the name Ajinkya?
Ajinkya means the person who is not defeatable or invincible person.
So, in your lifetime, how many times have you had a kind of a dichotomy with your name?
On several occasions, ma'am, there is a difficult situations where I have to work hard to overcome that situations.
Just give one situation.
During my MTech admission, I always aspire for getting admission into IIT. But first time I got admission into Triple IT Jabalpur. But to get access to either good NIT or IIT, I again give the exam and I got admission to NIT Surat. So that moment, that 1 year gap was actually a difficult period.
Okay. What is your opinion on reservations? I mean, since independence, we have had reservations so that there would be equality between all communities, between all castes. Do you think that reservation has helped in bringing about that and bonding the people together?
Yes, madam. Basically, purpose of reservation is to overcome the historical undoing on the particular community, and it is regarding to giving justice to people who are lagging behind their socio-economic development. So, in my opinion, after independence, it served the purpose, but there is also certain within a particular community there are other people who are lagging in the socio-economic development. That means reservation benefits are taken from the particular section of the people, and it is not reaching to the bottom of the hierarchy. So, in my opinion, though reservation have served this purpose, but we have to take a broader aspect to get it beneficial to everyone, so that they can raise into socio-economical hierarchy.
Okay. What is your view on lateral entry into civil services?
Basically, lateral entry is to get more technological capable or the managerial capable people into an administration. Those who have served a particular period of time in private sector at a respectable position. So, in my opinion, it will help to get their administrative experience, their technological experience to serve the better in terms of e-governance or the other aspect of technology that can be used in an administration.
Do you think Sanskrit can be an official language or working of the administration?
Sanskrit.
Because so many languages have come out of Sanskrit. So can we have that as the one binding language?
in current situation, Sanskrit is spoken by the certain very less people. So if it becomes the language of an administration, then we have to take steps to first popularize the Sanskrit such that people can use it very frequently. Otherwise, if we make a Sanskrit as an administration language, then it can be a kind of the English language that many people are unable to understand despite having administration in English. So first we have to increase the popularity of Sanskrit through school curriculum, through educational institutions by making syllabus in Sanskrit so that it can survive.
Okay. My last question. What can be the role of opinion leaders in policy formulation?
Sorry, ma'am, can you?
What can be the role of opinion leaders in policy formulation?
Opinion.
What is an opinion leader?
Sorry, ma'am, unable to get.
What is opinion? How do the aspirations, the needs, the demands of the people at the grassroots level get reflected in policy? No. Okay. Thank you.
Can you characterize the economy of Maharashtra?
Maharashtra.
So, can you characterize the economy of Maharashtra?
Basically, Maharashtra's economy in broad aspect revolves around agricultural economy. Though there is a significant share of service and IT industry in economy of Maharashtra. Also, manufacturing sector is contributing significantly in economy of Maharashtra. Then tourism activities and horticulture is also playing an important role in an economy of Maharashtra.
That's a very qualitative thing. You know, all these four sectors are there everywhere.
Yes.
Can you tell me which are the prominent? What are the prominent leaders? What are the? Let's do SWOT analysis.
Service sector has contributed in Maharashtra's economy significantly, as around 60% of its revenue is coming from service industry. Though around municipal population is working in the service industry, and majority of the population is working in the agriculture industry, and the revenue generation from the agriculture sector is less as compared to service industry, which is around 25%. And other than these two industries, Maharashtra has great potential in tourism industry, but that has not been developed up to the level. And apart from these sectors, manufacturing capabilities of Maharashtra is also good, as there are around 33% of FDI that is coming to India is coming to Maharashtra. So in terms of
what is Maharashtra GDP? Anyway, it doesn't matter. What are the drivers Maharashtra economy?
Basically, the political decisions taken to ease of doing business are the basic drivers behind the Maharashtra's economy. In terms of the IT sector, which was developed in Pune or Mumbai, due to the political support in terms of getting electricity, getting access to communication and other things. And the agriculture sector is boosted due to the well irrigation facilities in Maharashtra, and also a better connection of irrigation channels to provide water to agriculture sector, and Magnificent Maharashtra, which is an initiative to boost tourism of Maharashtra. So these are the few factors.
And what is the initiative to recover from COVID effect on the economy?
Sorry, sir. Can
What is the recovery initiative? What is the initiative of the government to recover from the COVID effect on the economy?
Maharashtra government? Basically, after first COVID wave, Maharashtra government has started in phase-wise opening of economic sector. That the sectors which are more prone to work from home, they have they can work from home only. And manufacturing sector, which requires the presence of workers, they have opened up after first wave. And so vaccination strategy of Maharashtra government is giving effect to curb the
So
pandemic.
has it recovered? Has it recovered?
Pandemic?
Now, has the economy recovered?
Is on the way of recovering, as the several service industries have started working, and they are generating revenue.
Okay. Now, have you heard the word suo moto?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Suo moto means by self, means one can take a decision by self.
In what context it is used?
In a case of judiciary, it is used judiciary, and several constitutional bodies it is used to that means they have a right to take a
So, in
suo moto
judiciary, what is its use? What does it imply?
the purpose of judiciary is to bring equality and give justice to the people.
No. Where does suo moto apply in the judiciary?
In a recent case of vaccination strategy of government of India, where judiciary have taken suo moto decision to distribute vaccine at a free of cost, and also judiciary have taken suo moto action against the plight of migrants during the COVID crisis.
Okay. Have you heard of Miranda rights?
Sorry, sir.
Miranda rights.
Sorry, sir. I haven't.
Okay, never mind. What is casting couch?
Casting couch basically it is a process, or it is a that is used in the cinema industry to recruit or the hire particular employee, and there are certain allegations that several female actors have complained about sexual harassment during a casting couch.
No, but is there any legal remedy? How do you establish this? Does the victim of casting couch has any remedy?
Yes, sir. There are certain provisions like sexual harassment of women at workplace that can be utilized to curb such kind of misbehavior.
Does it apply to casting couch? Casting couch is what? It is not employment. It's even if it is employment, it's a pre-employment.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Does it apply there?
Uh,
Okay, never mind. What is nepotism?
Nepotism is a process or the decision-making process where one gives preference to one's relatives or the friends over the talent-based recruitment.
How do we establish this? That means that the relatives of an authority has no right to work there.
But there are certain procedures to get to that position. If the person is avoiding procedural aspect like exam or the certain test, and is sitting at that position, then it can be a case of nepotism.
The person is
Sitting at that position without giving any exam or the test, then or
but-
whether that person is not
No,
capable.
suppose I am a head of one institute and my nephew is employed within that. Now, is that nepotism?
No, it is not a nepotism, but the appointment of your nephew is through whether it is through exam or it is through your position that will determine its nepotism or it is a real recruitment.
So is there any remedy against it?
Remedy can be the institutional performance that can be more objective and transparent, such that certain qualities or the criteria should be established to reach to that position.
And finally, what is a Me Too movement?
Me Too movement was started in the Western countries and which is spread later to other parts of the world. It is basically a voice raised by the woman against the sexual harassment in the workplace.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Ajinkya, we'll take you back to the waiting room. You'll wait for a few moments. We'll call you again.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. May I come, sir? Thank you.
So, Ajinkya, when is your interview fixed?
11th May.
11th May, you have a lot of time.
Yes.
This is for the first time you will be appearing.
No, last time also happened.
What were the number of marks you got?
151.
150. So, Ajinkya, first of all, tell us, how do you think you fared at the interview today? This mock interview, which you just now went through, how do you think you fared? What is your view about it?
Okay. I think on certain aspect I need to work upon.
Which aspects?
Like sir mentioned about district administration, like governance aspect I have to work upon.
Yeah.
And on several occasions I am unable to frame my answers. I was bluffing.
So, number one thing is that you are okay, but you can be much better.
Okay.
So, there are some good things, some answers which you gave, but there are many others where you can work. So, one was the district administration have a profound knowledge about that. The village level, the block level, the district level, Zilla Parishad level, the 73rd, you said 73rd Amendment Act. Is it Act? You said 73rd
Yes,
Amendment
7th
Act.
Constitution.
It was 73rd Amendment in Constitution.
Course.
There is no such act there.
Okay.
So, choice of words, be very careful about what you are saying. Okay. So, before that, saying anything, first of all, listen to the question properly,
Okay.
and then come out with the answer.
Yes.
So, just three general things which I will tell you. That whenever you have to give answers, wait, think, and then give answers.
Okay.
Secondly, always frame a priority. If a question, the answer has many parts to it, then first of all speak that particular part which is most important. Okay. For example, if someone wants to ask that what are the social problems in Maharashtra, there may be 4 or 5 social problems. You have to tell which is the most important,
Yes.
then the less important, and so on. The second is always have pros and cons. Whenever there is a issue which is controversial, which different people may have different opinions, instead of only sticking to one opinion, for example, reservation. Reservation, you straight away went in one direction. Always give both the sides, because there will be people sitting in the in the panel, and they must understand that you can think rationally. So rational, you have to think from other person's point of view also. So always say that reservations, what are the good things about reservation, and then at the same time you can say that, but it was meant to be for a short period, and it has, but still we have not reached that level. So there is a need for this. That is why government has chosen to extend it further. But ultimately, a situation must prevail where everyone, gets the equal opportunity. Because that will be a rational view.
Yes.
If you only go in one direction, people will misunderstand. Alright? Thirdly, always back it up with examples. Whenever you give an answer, for example, if you are asked about accountability or conflict of interest, give example.
Yes.
Or empathy, integrity, honesty. Back it up with example. Then the questions which were asked to you, so district administration, the role of the collector. You mentioned only 1 or 2 offices of district administration. District administration have more than 24 offices. So there is agriculture, there is a environment and forest and irrigation and power and home. So pay a visit to a district headquarters and try to find out which are the offices. Meet one of them. Understand the full working of the district administration. So the roles of the collector you must understand. The revenue administration, the magisterial functions, coordination functions, then election process, then natural calamities, etc. COVID-19, for example, and then the different schemes, policies, and programs which have been brought by government in respect of women, in respect of children, in respect of senior citizens, SC, ST, OBC, different sectors. So those public policies and schemes you must know. And then read the Constitution.
Yes.
Lot many questions may come from the Constitution also. Even though you have not taken that subject, but this is something which normally. Then India and its neighbors.
Yes.
So the position in Bangladesh, position in Pakistan, relation with Nepal, relation with Bhutan, those things. Then presently the world order which is right now, So United States is imposing sanctions against USSR. Threat to India for imposing sanctions. These are all areas where you must know. If you are asked this question, whether India should mediate, if asked, what is your view about it? You will have to give pros and cons. What is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? And then, of course, you were working in a private company
Yes, I
for
was.
some time. So they may ask you that why did you decide to leave that company? And you have done masters. So after masters, why do you want to come to public civil service? Civil service, you must give very cogent answers.
Yes.
And the answers which normally we give is suggestion, by way of suggestion. You can, of course, have your own answers, but the important thing is that it offers a very, very unique opportunities in terms of being a part of the public policy, being a part of the governance, being a part of an establishment in which you can occupy very, very important leadership positions at a fairly young age. So it gives you that kind of the opportunity to do a lot of good to the people of this country. So these are the reasons. And then, of course, specific questions like traffic jam. Now, that was a very obvious question. And you could have straight away rung up the chief minister and he said, sir, I am held up in a traffic jam. I am deputing my additional collector or my additional district magistrate who is there. And by the time he explains this, I will be reaching. That's simple. Then functionaries in a village. So that is very understandable. What is the official? What are the officials? So it can be Talati, it can be Gram Sachiv, it can be teacher, can be Asha workers. So all those people who are in the village level. Then there is a Sarpanch, non-official person. Then at the block level, it is the BDPO and the block chairman, the Panchayat Samiti chairman, then Jila Parishad and the CEO. So you must understand that. And what are the programs which it runs? So payment of streets, electrification, community center construction, culverts and drainage. You must understand the functions of these local bodies. Similarly, in the case of urban local bodies also. Sources of taxation and so on. The sources of revenue that is done by taxation. Then questions you must prepare about the situation, the position of civil service right now in the country. Lateral entries. Where civil service figures in the Constitution of India. Should we give protection, so much of protection of 311, 312? All these questions are there. Then reservations, as I have already told you. Do you think Sanskrit can be the official language? Well, again, you see, you said it is possible. It has to be official language, has to be understood by everyone. Will you be able to impart training to so many people? That means the work will come for a total dead stop. Till you appoint teachers, 1 year training, that means for 1 year the government will not function. You should say that Sanskrit is definitely one of the very scientific languages, but in order to introduce an official language, it would require a lot of preparation. And therefore, we cannot afford that. Only when everyone is fully knowledgeable about Sanskrit, only then. And then it has to be a language which is understood by every state. So that is why official languages in most of the state is English. Alright?
Yes.
Then your opinion leaders in policy formulation. So that was again a question. You did not understand that question.
Sir, I am unable to understand your opinion.
No, in policy formulation, there are many unofficial actors. You see, so before the policy is formulated, there are unofficial actors. That can be political parties. It can be interest groups. It can be pressure groups. It can be advocacy coalitions. It can be so many. They are not part of the government, but they are very much instrumental in influencing the government for taking certain decisions regarding policy. Have you understood
Yes,
that?
sir.
For example, farmers' agitation. Farmers' agitation was one where they pressurized the government not to take a decision. So there are many such pressure groups. So many such programs, policies like the RTI Act, the Lokpal, and then Food Security Act. These are all result of. Then economy of Maharashtra, since you belong to Maharashtra, you have to be very, very having all the knowledge about Maharashtra, the industry, the economy, the agriculture, every aspect,
Yes.
the culture, the food habits, important districts, and then the drivers in Maharashtra's economy, then recovery initiatives from COVID effects. So after COVID has, so what has been the recovery efforts by Reserve Bank of India, by government, Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So many steps have been done. Suo motu means taking action on one. So it is normally done by a quasi-judicial authority and judicial authorities. So, then Miranda rights, that of course.
It's in USA, but I asked in connection with the recent law, the self-incrimination,
Okay.
the recent crime
Criminal
criminal identification bill.
Yeah.
So in that connection, that Miranda rights has.
Okay.
I will read.
Yeah. And nepotism and Me Too movement. So we were able to partially, but
Yeah, but
study
all of
this.
this thing, whether there is a legal remedy for the victim, that is the purpose.
So do you have any other question to ask?
So what can be my strategy for coming day?
Strategy is just improve your knowledge in all the sectors,
Yes, sir.
particularly your state, the subjects, everything, the international affairs, the domestic affairs, and start speaking before a mirror so
Yes,
that
sir.
you are in a position to your manner, your body language, your eye movement, everything is fine. And for example, the tie which you have taught, not it should be much more more tight, and therefore such kind of things, outer appearance. That's about it. Your communication skills are fine. There's nothing wrong in that. But be positive.
Yes,
That's
sir.
about it. And if you don't know the answer, you can politely say this. If you have not heard the question rightly, you can again request them to repeat it.
Yes.
So don't worry, just start preparing on these directions. You will do that.
Thank you, sir.
All
Thank
the
you, sir.
best.
Thank you, ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you.